Okay guys, we're back. We are doing another initial product review, and we'll do a follow-up review once we test it. And just something to do as we're going, because we have to buy stuff to get stuff done. So, and I don't typically buy stuff unless I know it's going to be a good product, because I've been dealing with things for a very long time. Inside here is the new product, so we'll open it up and show you what it is the Vever stud gun for body repair. It comes with a bunch of studs, and it comes with like another tip here, placement tip, comes with some other parts, and these are the type that are for this deal here to hook on and pull from multiple points at one time. Then you have a regular dent, like you hook and pull like on the edges of fenders and stuff. You know, slide hammer seems really sturdy. Seems really sturdy, even though it's plastic here. I think internal wise, because it's still real heavy, it's going to be a good machine. This is what a lot of people are using, because you can stick this stud inside the tip, and then what it does is, pardon my finger getting in the way, it can tack this stud to the body without the whole burning through the sheet metal. Like, it's what people use. It's probably one of the best things that you could use for sheet metal work when you're repairing, that I think. I mean, there's many other ways to do it, but this is actually a really good way to do it. Classic cars are a little thicker on the sheet metal because they didn't skimp it back in the day, so these are awesome. Modern cars, a lot of the sheet metal, they thinned it out a little bit more, so it's a little thinner, and you may have a little, you may have to take this and do test runs on like a practice piece of sheet metal to get like used to how long to hold the trigger down and heat the stud to the deal. Because I've done and used one of these. I borrowed one before, and sorry, kind of know what I'm doing with it. But we at first time we put a couple on, and they came loose because we didn't hold the trigger long enough. And then another one, I accidentally held it too long, and it almost started to melt the sheet metal, I believe, or it came close, something like that. But it's not really hard. It's not hard to use one. They're not super temperamental. It's just getting used to them, and then you just kind of go from there. But as you use it, you get more familiar, and then you'll get the hang of it. And that's kind of the reason I bought one, because I already knew it was a good product because I've used one. But I also wanted to you know, give you guys a video in between some of the stuff we're going to be doing. We just lined up a full Dodge Ram paint job that's coming in. That's why we bought this ahead of time, because we have a bunch of dents in it to pull and body work. And then we have a we have a gentleman and his wife who are going to be meeting with us soon about doing a engine swap on a Land Rover Freelander 2.6 liter. So we'll be looking into doing that as well, and maybe giving you guys some pointers on that vehicle, because we don't really specify or do a specific make or model. We're just doing repairs in general. We're not worried about what the car's name is or whatever, because they're all kind of designed similar with like the sensors and stuff. And we're doing a lot of electric stuff, but we get people asking about engine swaps a lot, like long block swaps, because they're typically quicker than like with my truck that we actually finally got going. It's finaled. We may even do a video on using the scan tool to do ignition timing, so people that follow us that haven't seen something like that can see it. We got this going on too. This is our project that we're doing, and we're going to do, it's a paint project. We're doing some gold flake paint, and then we're gonna paint over it with some, we're gonna try and make some see if we can make some cheap candy colors on our own. I think I have an idea how to do it, but it's gonna be experimental. So we're gonna test it on this basically it's a lint can or a trash can or a can that you could put in your shop for like shop rags, because a lot of people want to keep them in metal cans, so if they catch fire, it doesn't catch their shop fire. It's going to be, designed for that type of use. But we're just doing it as we're going to show the paint as we go. So this is the gold on it. I will use this light and show you guys if I can from like an angle, or as you can see, it's really sparkly. This is a glitter gold by Rust-Oleum that we're just using underneath because we're using all lacquer, and we're going to do this. The reason we did the glitter gold is we're doing a 49ers can for someone we know who likes 49ers, and it's gonna be pretty cool. So, and then as you can see, we've done more on the trike. I don't know if I showed this yet. I was going to soon, because I'm still attaching in here, and I gotta do some wiring with the gauges down the road after all this chassis is painted and all that stuff. We're gonna figure out putting the battery there, and then a couple other speakers, and it's all work in progress, because that's really just a toy. My son may or may not sell it, so we're not really gonna rush through it. We like to make sure everything's done and welded sturdy. We've been cleaning up around here because we got projects going to be coming in, and everything's going smooth, guys. So hope everything's good for you guys out there. Like we always say, peace and prosperity to all. And I wish everyone good luck in life. Even the people out there who want to hate on people, I think that maybe their life just sucks, and that's why they're that way. I really wish life wasn't like that, but always down with the haters and up with the participators in life, because the participators are the ones that don't usually complain, and they're getting stuff done, and that's why their life doesn't suck. A lot of people don't understand that, you know. And to be successful, ultimately, the first main goal you should always have is to have a positive mindset, to always, you know, even if you're suffer from social anxiety or anything like that, I do, but I still have to socialize to be successful. The other thing is you know, I'm not trying to be the wise man, but a lot of people lose track or lose sight of these things. They do know these things, they don't get reminded about it all the time. But you know, you have to be very self-driven in this world that we live in nowadays. And there's not too many people anymore that are like that. It's becoming less and less. So, you know, I wish everyone good luck and in their endeavors. And anyone that follows us, I hope some of the stuff we do helps you, gives you ideas. We're just here to show you how to save money, have toys and fun things, you know, not be so scared to venture and do your own work, because, you know, a lot of people, let me tell you, I'll tell you a secret before we go. Let me turn this light on. I'm going to turn you sideways. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't do that. Anyways, let's do you this way. Sorry about that, guys. So I kind of want to show this whole vehicle though. So this is my wife's car that we're going to be doing, and a lot of people turned this vehicle away. They were nervous about it. They didn't like that, like, it basically needs a whole new floor pan. They didn't like all this rust and all this stuff. And you know, they see all this rust out. You can see the rocker panels need done. You know, it's a lot of metal work. And like I said, literally the whole floor pan inside is, I'll show you guys right now. We're gonna make a little longer video today, because so if you look, this car is completely rusted out, completely shot, and a lot of people believe she's not worth restoring. But I'm a very big car fanatic of especially classics. I love all classics, especially the 40s is my thing, my era that I love the most. The bomber era, or what they call bombs, and the classic car lowrider communities and stuff, you know. And I believe they're all worth saving if you have the time and the know-how. And I mean, there's a lot of damage to this vehicle, but we're gonna show you guys how to basically use an English wheel, because we got one of those we're gonna probably buy soon. We'll do a product review on it. It's actually fair price. It's only $100, so don't ever think that it's expensive to here's some more damage we'll show you. So it's not that expensive like all these guys. They're like, oh, an English wheel, it's like, you know, $800. No, it's not. It's $100. It clamps to your tabletop bench, and you can bend metal just the same. It's just a tool. You don't have to have the highest end tool to get the job done. What you need is the better materials, the better metal, thicker sheet metal if you can afford it. You need the better paint, the better stuff in the end. You need lots of lead patching, like stuff like this. You can actually, I'll give you guys a pointer, And we're going to show this one day real soon. And I'm actually going to show this video while I'm doing this. So this spot's completely rusted. And I'm going to clean this up. And I'll show it. And I'm actually going to make some repair videos. And not just show you before and after. And then, because this is a technique that's being lost. And then I'm going to come behind here with some sheet metal. And I'm going to fabricate it. And I'm going to basically layer the back of this where you're not going to see it anyway, because you're going to have like, you know, your interior panels and carpet and inside the trunk, and you know, you're not going to really look up inside the trunk. It's not going to be in a spot where it's that bad. So anyways, you get behind here, you put a piece of metal in here that's angled, you know, and you basically cut it, little slits in it so it'll bend and flex. You tack it all in. You get this nice and sturdy again, because you're going to lose some material with all this rust here. But that's fine, because I'm going to show you guys, and I think there's a lot of videos on it, so it might not be being a lost art, but where I'm at, a lot of people don't do it anymore. And I'm going to lead patch all this in. All this is getting lead patched and fixed. I am not going to be replacing any of this. And the reason why is there's no need. I already tapped on this with a hammer, and this is actually sturdy, other than it has a few rust throughs. And so if I just clean this up, get all the rust out, and basically use chemicals or even just lightly sandblast this out, and just take my time with it. And that's another thing, is a lot of people say don't sandblast your car because you'll ruin it. Now I'm going to tell you something. That's a lie. You don't need to do that. Believe that. I have this big sandblaster that I use. It's like a $600 90 pound or 90, I don't even know. I think they call it 90 pound or 100 pound sandblaster, but I don't even use it that much. What I actually use, you get it at Harbor Freight, and it's this thing. And the reason why is when you hook this gun on there, you have very little sand, and it takes a little longer because you got to reload it. But you can actually adjust right here really nice how much grain's coming out. And you can take your time and actually micromanage your sandblasting really well with this little gun. I've done it on quite a few things, and without warping them. That's another pointer, because a lot of people think it takes a lot. You can see I still have sandblast sand back here that I'm going to use on this frame soon, because it's got a lot of curves and rounded tubing and areas we're not going to be able to get into. We're going to try and sand by hand most of it, but where we can't get in, we're going to use that blaster. But a lot of people say don't blast, it's going to warp it. No, you have to be very meticulous with it, and you have to like be on and off, and you don't want it, because it's an abrasive, and the more it hits, yes, you're going to build up friction and heat and, you know, whatever. But if you're at the right angle and you're micromanaging your air well, and how much abrasive's coming out, you're going to be okay. You just have to be patient. A lot of people don't have patience, so they don't think they can do things. But really, you know, back here we'll show you, like I said, we'll do a longer video, 20 minutes, even though we already told you we were going to leave, just to kind of, now we're getting into it. See, a lot of people don't think this is worth it, but let me tell you, no one would even give this guy, they did not want to give this guy even $600 for this car. They didn't want to give him anything. They almost wanted him to pay them to get rid of it for some reason, which is ridiculous. because he said probably 8 different people looked at it and offered him like $200, and he said that he just couldn't do it. So we ended up with it in a barter trade type deal, and we're gonna fix it up. She'll be purty when we're done. Try not to turn you guys sideways. I kind of get lost on how I'm filming because I don't really do it all the time, but I'm trying to do it more. And paint scheme's gonna be really cool because we want to do some like some really nice stuff to it. We'll have to get into that when we get there. And we're trying to do some other things back here on the roof. I really would like to chop this. I think that's why you see all this marked out, is I think I'm going to cut out this window and chop the back down to here at a more of a slant, and then I'm going to slant this window like this instead, I think. But I'm not sure on it yet, so don't mark my words on that, guys. It's just kind of, you know, with these type of things, you really got to stand back like this and really envision what would look nice and try to, you know, because we're doing a custom job. This isn't going to look the same. It's not going to be nothing like what you see right here. We may change the back fenders. We may cut or add. We may do something in the front here. I really like the front, so I don't think we will. And I think more just changing the back here is going to look different. And then I really like these 40s because I like the old split windows. I really liked how they looked with the chrome stripping, and you know, they always had this really cool like grill. They all had like these nice chrome grills and stuff, so you have a lot of trim pieces that you can leave chrome, or you could paint them up to go with what you're doing, and it looks nice. They're very classy, you know, and very fun to work on. So there you guys go, and this time I'm really out. Good luck to you guys. We won't throw the slogan at you no more on this one, and have a good day.